Who is winning the ongoing battle between these two? Welcome to another edition of Money, Power, Respect. If you're new here, we will be discussing sex, cars, money, and men. As always, I'm your host, Jaguar Paul. Please hit the like, subscribe, and share button. Your support will help the creation of new content. Thank you. Has this become the male versus female version of the Hatfields and McCoys? This is Donavan Sharpe, a self-proclaimed member of the Red Pill community. He is also in a long-term relationship with a woman named Devin. He is also the host of a daily talk show on YouTube. This is Miss Amy Horton, as Donavan Sharpe refers to her. She is a journalist who has been chronicling her dating and love life for years for female outlets. Currently, I don't know if she's in a relationship or not because that fluctuates so often. Let's jump into what's going on between these two and how it might affect you. From the beginning, Miss Amy Horton took exception to some of the things that Donavan Sharpe was saying on his daily show. Donavan Sharpe then caught wind of this, and he shot down her argument and everything that she had to say. Then Miss Amy Horton shot back at him with a rebuttal that has now created what we should consider the modern day Hatfield and McCoys. Donavan Sharpe then responded by shooting down her articles one by one, and Ms. Horton continues to make herself look very foolish in the eyes of Donavan Sharpe and his Red Pill community. Yes, Donavan Sharpe is 100% correct in his view. And yes, the rift between the two of them is pretty clear. Amy Horton has taken on her gender's view of the dating and relationship market, and Donavan Sharpe has taken on his gender's view of the dating and relationship market. But the real question here is, does it affect you? And if it does, how so? There is an old saying that you never argue with someone of the other gender because you can never win that argument. That is the perspective of the men that come before us. Then you have the perspective of the new man in the Red Pill community. Stand up to it and own it. Miss Amy Horton continues to chronicle her dating and love life, and Donavan Sharpe is eating it up because periodically he takes one of her articles and breaks it down and shows how foolish, reckless, and immature that a female can be. Miss Amy Horton is speaking to a completely different audience. They are all dealing with the same issues. They all come from the same mindset, and they are all going to double down on their position because they do not know and cannot accept the reality of what Donavan Sharpe is saying to them. Effectively, Donavan Sharpe is strengthening her argument to her audience every time he responds to one of her articles of love, of lust, of heartbreak, of failure. Her audience embraces her while he dogs her, just as in the case of the Hatfields and McCoys. There is a valuable lesson to be learned here for both sides. There was a lot of loss in that battle, and there appears to be a lot of loss going on now of feelings, of families, of relationships, of trust. At some point, we are going to have to come together and talk these issues out and clearly define lines and roles between the two, because if both sides continue this, relationships, marriages, children, families will all be destroyed in the end. And I don't think that any of us want that. So be careful of what you say to one another, how you treat one another, and how you live. As always, thank you for watching, and see you next time.